Hey everybody, what's up? You're probably kind of surprised that I'm doing a webcam now for the first time in a while. I mean, you're probably used to seeing a lot of the HD stuff. Um, but I thought I'd kind of want to talk about something real quickly. I want to talk about a music video I recently discovered. I talked about this in my two-part cartoon flashback special edition where I talked about the Peter Gabriel Sledgehammer video. And you can see that. You can check that out here on my channel in my playlist section. Um, but the reason I talked about that is because, as I mentioned in the video, and I'll mention here, late last year, because of the 25th anniversary, I guess, of the music video itself, um, Peter Gabriel was allowing fans to recreate certain scenes from Sledgehammer, and I thought, okay, that's cool. And some of the people that did the scenes were, did their scenes did pretty good in my opinion. They actually did decent work. It wasn't on par as to the original, but it was still decent work. Um, you had a female, you had a one young lady, you had one lady do the her version of the fruit section and all that, of the fruit face part. Uh, you had some people doing this and that, but there was never really a true, unique video remake, almost scene by scene, of Sledgehammer. And when I heard that it was remade by a jazzy R&B artist by the name of Mayasia, I think, and I saw her video, I'll say this: I do agree that the song's pretty good. The remake is pretty good. I will admit that. But the video for it wasn't as innovative as it should be. I think the only scene that I think would ever really count as the paying homage to the original is the silhouette scene in the video, and that was it. But then recently, I was just looking up Sledgehammer, looking up the information, seeing if the recreated or remade version of the video was being released or was when it was going to be released and all. And I came across this one song called, but I came across this one video. It was called "Keep Your Eyes on the Road," and it was by an artist named Lone Wolf. And I think it was done around last year, I believe, or 2 years ago. And I've never heard of Lone Wolf. Well, obviously, they're a British band. He's a British musician. And his video, even though it was a different song and everything, was to me one of the best remakes of the Sledgehammer video by far. Again, it wasn't on par. Um, uh, it wasn't on par as the original Sledgehammer, but the Keep Eyes on Open Road video was pretty, pretty damn close. I will say that. The animation, from what I understand, was done by Broken Pixel, and they did exactly what Armadam. I can't even pronounce the name. Armadan Animation had done with the original. They did a pretty decent job with it. I mean, I'm not denying that. They did make some subtle differences with certain scenes, like the fruit scene. It was more kind of a dirt thing, and instead you had like leaves and lettuce and all that. Uh, the claymation scene sort of was in a different section of the video. Instead of like right after the wooden part, the wooden face part or wall part, instead it was after the dancing chicken deal, which they did pay homage to. So that was in there, but it was different. And the uniqueness about it was very similar. The scenes were very similar, except it was different because instead you had like a cookie replacing the yin yang song face. You had a cookie face, small cookie face, and then you had a street instead of like a blue waterfall, and things like that. But again, it paid pretty much paid homage to the original and did a decent job of remaking and recreating certain scenes. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should check it out. Um, but you know, the reason I think the reason I think a lot of people like that video, and believe it or not, they do. There's people at the Lone Wolf Vivo's video here on YouTube that check it out and they like it. They've commented on it. There are some at Broken Pixar's YouTube channel that have watched it and liked it. Uh, Pretty much, it's very similar. Again, there are some subtle differences. There are some subtle changes in scenes. It's like it's not the same kind of stuff you saw. Um, it's not the same kind of stuff you saw with the original. It's not the same kind of stuff you saw with the original. It was more, like I said, you had a street instead of a waterfall and stuff like that. Again, you got to check it out. Just type in Lone Wolf, keep your eyes on the road here on YouTube, and you'll pretty much see what I'm talking about. There are some different elements in there, like he's lying on, like the artist was lying on the floor, and his mouth just opens wide. He does some kind of lyric part to his song, and all of a sudden his face just disintegrates, and he turns into a skeleton head and into a skull, and the skull's singing on some kind of velvet stuff, and it just stops, and then you have the wooden wall part and everything, and and you have string going over his face and stuff like that. It's like, they did bring in some different elements, some original, basically Broken Pixel threw in their own kind of unique take as well, their own unique stuff to mix in with this tribute video, if you will, but with a different song. And again, you have to check out, see what I mean. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I will say that. But again, the reason I think Measia, with all due respect to her, she's a great artist. There's no doubt about that. But I think the reason her video didn't do so well is because it wasn't a direct homage. It wasn't a direct remake or tribute, if you will, to the original. It's like I said in the cartoon flashback episode that I did on it, that I did on Sledgehammer. I think if she had recreated, if her music video was a recreation, a female variation, a female variation or version, a female remake of the original video, then it probably would have gotten a lot of views. It probably would have gotten a lot more comments. But it didn't. And then when you take a look at Lone Wolf's Keep Your Eyes on the Road, it's like, this is a different song, but it's paying homage with almost exact same scenery. It's just basically an exact remake, almost, with some subtle differences and some unique takes, some original unique takes as well. But again, I'm not trying to say Measia isn't a great artist. She is. But I think with all due respect, her video could have gotten more views and more, more comments and viewers and stuff like that if it was a direct remake of the Sledgehammer video by Peter Gabriel. And I'm just wondering if there's any female artist out there, up and coming, established, whatever, that's going to do something like that. That's going to do a video like Lone Wolf did. That's going to be almost, their song, going to be probably their own song, but it's sort of like an homage to Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. It just makes me wonder. Because as a fan, of music myself, it's kind of unique when you see someone remake your video, even if it's with their own songs. So, to me, I think that would be a very unique thing for them to do, for whoever the female artist is out there to do. I mean, the closest, like I said, that's ever come to something like that is Elizabeth Cook. You go to Daily Motion, you check out her video Stupid Things, and you'll see what I mean. But, again, I think, again, it's going to take somebody, I'm guessing, this is my guess, you're either going to get Lady Gaga or you're going to get Katy Perry doing it. That's my guess. So you're going to get someone totally out of the blue. But it's going to be somebody, one of those two or somebody that's going to do a video similar, if not as a homage, that's similar, if not a remake, of Sledgehammer, sort of like a tribute, but with their own song, added to it. So just like Lone Wolf did with "Keep Your Eyes on the Road." So I've got a feeling that's what's going to happen, and that's all I can say on it. Again, that's why I feel how I feel. Why Malaysia hasn't gotten that many views or comments. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's gotten more now, but you know what I'm saying. And again, just check out "Keep Your Eyes on the Road" by Lone Wolf. I think you guys will like it and enjoy it. But again, I'm just waiting to see whatever female artist out there, up and coming, established, is going to do a video similar to that, to Sledgehammer, with their own song, if not their own remake of the song. And again, my two guesses right off the bat, I've got a feeling will be either Katy Perry or Lady Gaga that's going to go in that section. So, but that's all I'm going to say on it. Comment down below, tell me what you guys like, and I'll talk to y'all later.